door, and we're off on another adventure. This time, Sawadee Cup, good morning. We're going to Fang. But first, we've got to get past Death End. Just a lovely, slight mistranslation, I think, from the English term dead end, meaning no way through, but I like Death End. We're in Santitam in Chiang Mai, home, but yeah, we're heading north to Fang. Written in English as F-A-N-G, normally just pronounced Fang, but as I have been schooled, it is indeed an uptone, and so it's Fang. It's not the crack of dawn, it's 8 a.m, or just before. We're meeting at 8. It's about 150 kilometers, quite a bit of it up the highway, not a lot of climbing, so no great hurry. And at least one of our party is not keen on early starts. I woke up at 10 to 5 this morning, and that was me done for sleep, but then I fell asleep at 9:30, so I'm feeling good, ready to go. 150k, let's head for Fang. We're meeting at the vegan restaurant. You can see Michael standing in the road. I'd say Jeff's possibly late. Good morning, Michael. Okay, Jeff's here. We're off into the traffic, through the dreaded traffic light. Can be, if you miss this one, it's a good 7 minutes till it goes green again. They always know when the lights are going to change. You hear the slight roving of the motorbikes. Chiang Mai rush hour traffic. At least there's a bike lane for now. Best fruit deals are out of the back of a truck on the highway. Michael in front. Jeff's behind. Jeff from previous video, Inton on the Hardway. Michael I've been riding with for years. Jeff I've been riding with for years as well. Right by the highway. Very pretty. Fellow YouTuber, yeah. Fellow Go 3 user, here's Jeff again. Where are we going, Jeff?
Fang. To Fang.
And why are we going to Fang?
We heard there's some mountains over there. So
which mountains, Jeff? Testing his tie here. Which mountains are we climbing?
Ang Khang.
Ang Khang and?
I forgot the name.
I've been practicing. Doi Ang Khang KOM is the other one.
Okay.
Not very well known. Doi Ang Khang, big mountain. We've entered in a race in February. One of the steepest climbs in Thailand. When we're riding in a line like this, and particularly on a busy road, we're not going flat out, but we're going fast enough. And I know that Michael's sitting behind me, probably 6 to 12 inches off my wheel. That means he can't see anything, and Jeff certainly can't. So the man on the front is the eyes for everyone. So he's picking the line, trying to avoid any holes, rough bits of road, dogs, cats, chickens, water buffaloes, snakes, you get the idea, and anything else that might crop up. Might have found the perfect draft. She just needs to speed up a little bit. Go on, girl. Give it some. Here we go. Yeah, slowing down. Gonna have to overtake her. That's how it goes. Conditions. It is As you can see, blue skies, as it is most days, except for yesterday, when it was a bit cloudy and even rained a little bit in some places. But today, forecast looks good. Because of that cloudy day yesterday, it's a chilly start, a mere 23 degrees. But don't worry, we'll be heading for 30 plus by midday, I suspect. But not super hot. Very good riding conditions, I'd say. One advantage of riding up the highway, plenty of 7-Eleven service stations, so I think we're just stopping for a quick pee break, and I need to check something on my camera. National Park. Now this is why I don't make fixed plans when I ride, because now we see it, we want to ride it. So maybe in a couple of days we'll come back this way, stay in Changdao and then ride that in the morning, see how the legs are. Okay, I think it's that time. So all of us this time are using saddlebags. Now this isn't technically bike touring because we're just going to one place, big ride, and then staying there for 2 or 3 days. So I brought extra. So instead of the frame bag, I've got my oversized saddlebag, and I've even brought my AeroPress and some coffee. Maybe a little bit of luxury this time. And yeah, so road bike setup. Yeah, rear bag, got a bit extra gear in. We got a windproof because it could be cold on the mountain, and then a little handlebar bag at the front, and there's Gigi hanging out. About 50k to go. We're getting into the hills now. Still on the same highway, but much prettier. The final climb, 4k, never very steep. Michael's holding a sensible pace, 220 watts he says, keeping our powder dry for tomorrow. What are we climbing tomorrow, Michael?
Horror.
What's it called?
Ang Khang.
Doi Ang Khang Mountain. Are you looking forward to it?
Not really.
Not really. Dreading it. For a bit of context, Michael is a good climber. He's a good, strong cyclist. However, he has an Achilles tendon, and his Achilles tendon is coming tomorrow. Super steep climbs. I think he'll be fine, but it's good to have him nervous before we go. Well, we've arrived in Fang, just looking for our hotel. Apparently, it's just here, just a bit out of town. I think this must be it. The name's in Thai on Google Maps, and the name's in Thai here as well, so I think this is it. Looks about right. Free coffee. That'll keep me happy. Sawadee Cup. It's a nice little place. Certainly good views out over the rice fields, although the harvest is, oh, you can see the harvest is coming in as we speak. Here's my little room. Lady's just brought me a just brought me a kettle so I can make coffee. Perfect. See what the neighbours are like. Oh, here's the neighbours. In the VIP room. It's a cool and misty start. Michael's got his gilet on. Morning all, day 2. It's foggy out. It's about 19 degrees out, which by Thai standards is almost Arctic, but we reckon the fog will burn off soon. We're heading into town, into Fang, to get some breakfast. Left turn! Then we're going to hit the vegetarian place we were in yesterday, get some breakfast, and then we'll be ready for the big climb. We've had breakfast. We're riding south out of town. Now, I did slightly explain, but a little bit clearer. The reason we came up here is because on February the 2nd there is a race to the top of Doi Ang Khang. The climb itself is about 11k, and there's I think 18-19k on the flat first, starting somewhere down here. So the whole purpose of this trip is to recce the race route. This first bit's fairly obvious, just riding down the highway, but we need to see exactly what the climb entails and just how brutal it is. Crew are behind me. Still foggy out. Temperature is 21 degrees, so it's just sneaking up. I bought a windproof because it could be chilly at the top. Okay, the race starts 3.5k up that side road, but it's all flat, and then turns onto this highway, and then there's another just over 7k on here before turning onto the Doi Ang Khang road. Big question is, how soon after that does the main climb start? And we're about to find out. Here we go, turning onto the 1249 for Doi Ang Khang. Well, certainly starting flat. Yeah, it seems like there's about 7 or 8k of flat still before we hit the main climb. But on race day we'll be gunning it down here. Today we're just taking it easy. The mist has cleared. We're into the cornfields. Massive hills in front. We got to somehow get up that into the first steep ramp. It goes up steeply, then a little bit of downhill, but I'd say from this point you're on your own. Whew, straight into 20%. Jeff's out of the saddle and zigzagging, and this is just the initial ramp. It's hideously steep. My bike's making a new creak. Thought I got rid of that. I think it's just protesting at the forces being put through it. Wish I had more force. Still on this initial ramp. It's a killer. 24% I had there. Oh, that's nasty. This isn't even the main climb. Keeps on going. Michael's somewhere behind, regretting his life decisions. He'll probably catch me up at some point. And that's it, over the top of the initial ramp. Oh my God. And the main bit's far worse. This is going to be a beauty. Okay, little easy bit now. Relatively easy bit. And then boom. I was wrong. There's a little easement. And then we're back up again. Looks like 20% just to do the initial ramps. Then there's a decent rest for maybe a kilometre. Into the real resting bit now. Gonna count how many hundreds of meters it is on my computer, but I think about a kilometre to rest a bit before the final 7k steep. I'm not going too fast on this, but on the race we'll be hammering this downhill bit. Poinsettia growing wild, Christmas plant, little oranges. It's a very pretty valley, very pretty climb, and very well paved so far. That rest period was nearer 2k, in fact just over I think, but it's over now and we're back into it. 5.6k to go, 780 meters of climbing. That is 14-15% average. That's not far off Torre in the Philippines that I did. Swaddy Cup. Oh. Cutting bamboo. Oh, it just got easier for a bit, and now I know you won't see it on camera, it'll look almost flat. That is horrific. On the publicity, they claim, I think 31% is the maximum. I've got a feeling we're about to hit it. Let's see what the computer says. 23. Now if you go up the apex, which is the inside of the curve, that may well be 30. But no fool would do that. %. Yeah, right. We all know Thailand only made one road sign for slopes and it said 8% on it. They didn't do a 30% one. Just over a K to go, and there's Jeff, not as far ahead as I thought, zigzagging away. Still nearly 200 meters to climb in the last 1.2k. There's no letting up. Last 100 meters. There's Jeff. Oh, just coming out of the sun, that's nice. Guess we gotta wait here for a bit. 100 meters. Jeff sacrificing himself, running alongside.
Oh, they're running.
What time? Right to the top. Here he is. Still got some energy by the looks of it. Not smiling. We'll get the finishing response from Michael. In a word, Michael.
Fuck
you. So Jeff and I signed up for the race, so we knew we were just going to do it. Michael said he would ride the climb first and then sign up. Michael, you going to do the race?
He couldn't pay me.
I think we'll take that as a no, and I don't blame him. We're not actually at the top of the mountain, but maybe we'll go and have a look. But the views are superb. We're up in the pine trees, a little bit misty, a little bit hazy, and we're heading down now before we go back up again. Whew, more climbing to do. Alright, in conclusion, that is a beast of a climb. Definitely one of the hardest I've ever done. Harder than one we did on Inton? Yeah, definitely. Harder than Torre in Philippines? No, Torre is still the king by some way. Please, kitten. Michael's got food. Michael's got food. And all the way down. Well, not all the way down, just a little bit down, but fast, I suspect. Tang viewpoint. Wow. And this massive Kuan Yin Buddha. That's all the climbing done. We're down. The descent was horrible. Broken concrete, steep, went on forever, but the ride itself was superb, and that was a good recce, because now we know what's coming in February, and of course I'll be there to film my suffering. I suffer so you don't have to. That could be the motto of On Today's Ride. Now 40k back into town and some grub. He's a Rafa King. My favourite fruit, and cheap. 5 baht? 10 baht?
It's so cheap.
In the vegan place for lunch. Classy establishment, as you can see. Rice, potatoes, always good. Some sort of fake meat. Michael's on the sort of fake pad krapao.
Everything's fake here.
Everything's fake, but in a good way. That was Doi Ang Khang, done and dusted. Now go home and rest, because tomorrow we've got to do it all over again. Doi Pa Hom Pok, and on paper it looks even worse. Time to rest.